Myself and Anderson are taking lead. Abdurrahman, Shadir, and Shafran are here in order to take care of the rest of it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Pufferfish Facebook Live. It's been a long time. I did not say hi to the Pufferfish audience for a long time. I'm really glad to be back, and we have a very interesting topic today as well. We have some learners here, and of course, we have these technical difficulties as usual, power cuts and everything. People are working on sorting that out. So let's wait for more learners to come in. And all the learners who are here, hi, make sure that you turn on your camera on before I put you on the main screen if you're on backstage. All right, so I'm excited to listen to all the different opinions and thoughts related to this topic. How will you be responsible in society? That's the topic for today. So I'm going to invite our first speaker for the day. It's going to be Savin. Over to you.
Okay, hello everyone. Today I will be talking about how will you be responsible in society. First of all, what is social responsibility? Social responsibility means being responsible in the environment and society around us. I believe that we as kids, the best way to be responsible to society is to study being responsible in our home. We we have to do homework and studies. We must learn to clean our room and wash our clothes and be obedient to what our parents says. And also we must behave properly when we are going somewhere. By doing good things like this, we can practice to being more responsible. But no one no but not only in our home, we must act properly out of our home as well. We must follow the rules given to us, and in this way we will be a fully responsible citizen on we are released into the society as grown-ups. Thank you for listening to my speech. My name is Sarandis.
Thank you so much, Savin, for sharing your thoughts. It's very important that we all have this integrity. Integrity is a very powerful word. Integrity is basically you have to do the right thing even when no one is watching you. It's like a big thing, like which means you are making sure that everything is right about yourself. The actions that you take are accurate, correct, and powerful. So if each and every one of us are following it in a very strong way, I'm pretty sure like we will be by default very responsible. All right. Up next, I'm going to invite Anika, and then we can continue with the next speaker. Over to you, Anika.
Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about how should you be responsible in society. So what is social responsibility? Social responsibility means that businesses, in addition to maximizing shareholder value, should act in a manner that benefits society. Social responsible companies should adopt policies that promote the well-being of society and the environment while lessening negative impacts on them. How should you be responsible? Respect, self-discipline, obeys the law, trustworthy, loving his or her country, and respecting the rights of others. Why is it so important? First, it is because it can help you grow into an individual with more confidence. When you have no regrets, guilt, and shame about your decisions, they are easier to live and feel more confident in the choices that you make. Second, is it is it builds strength of character as a person becomes better at admitting they are not perfect and doing what needs to be done to make up for their mistakes. And now I end my speech with saying of Dan Millen, a tremendous social responsibility comes with being a successful public performer. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anika. It's a very powerful one, and I especially like the one where you said we have to accept the fact that we are not perfect. We should always have that learning mindset to keep on learning, to keep on learning. It doesn't matter how old you are, even if you're 80, 90, or 100, about to die. You still have a lot to learn. Even the last minute before you are dying, you will have something to learn. Only if we accept that we will be getting along with everyone. We will be progressing. Wonderful thoughts, Anika. Up next, I'm going to invite Abhishek. Abhishek, over to you.
How would you how will you be responsible in a society? Social responsibility is moral duty that we have to perform. As a member of the society, I'm aware that I have an individual social responsibility. I'm social responsible as I refrain from illegal activities of any kind, but I am actively social responsible when I ensure that I do not litter and carry garbage miles of home. If I do not see a bin, personally ensure that everyone around me to do the same. I try and ensure that we reduce our carbon footprints by conserving electricity and gas. I do not allow wastage of either water or food as far as possible. When I can, I either educate a child or contribute in my own little way to charity trust. When we grow out clothes which all are still in a decent condition or have a collection of toys children do not use, we donate them to the needy instead of just discarding them. I also help our elders by different ways to help them to get medicine, support them to do their day-to-day life. Also, I'm not forgetting my parents. When they become old, for the society, I educate our friends on bad acts like alcohol, drugs, and other harmful things. I believe that education is the way forward of children. Last but not the least, I try to serve the people as well as that is of the country. We have a duty to perform as citizens of this country and that is never neglected. I am a firm believer of leading by example. I try my best to do the same in order to build my society, the future generation, to be responsible citizens. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Abhishek. I especially like that point where you mentioned it starts with those small things. Litter. You don't throw garbage at random places. I would highly recommend, like, when people wake up, the first thing that they must do is at least to clean their own bed or their rooms, and then start focusing on other things, because it's not always the big things that we have to fix. It can be a small thing that we can start with, a very small thing. It can be even just cleaning up your own table and then making it clean. I think that's a primary responsibility as well. Thank you so much for sharing that. And up next, I'm going to invite Rithi Hassan. Over to you, Rithi Hassan.
How we will be responsible in our society. Social responsible mean that business, in addition to maximum share, hold value that should act the benefit society. Social responsible champagne should adopt policies that promote to well-being of society and environment while society lessen negative impacts on them. This entails multiple selections of individuals such as students, companies, and communities as a social responsible. We should aware have an individual social responsibility. We must be aware of is what is happening in our country. Thank you. Say a mute.
All this time I was talking to myself. Okay, thank you, Samin, for pointing that out. Thank you so much, Ithiasan, for those wonderful thoughts. And we have Russia as well. We know a lot of things are going on around the country, and like, people are now starting to identify why it's very important for the young people to know law, understand the basics of law. So, Rasha, share us your thoughts here. Let's have a small discussion as well.
Hello everyone, a very good evening. Can you all hear me?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I
Yes.
can't, I'm not in a position to switch on my camera right now, but I sincerely believe that you'll be okay with that. So, first, to share something about what you all spoke today. So, there is one thing I want to ask from you all. So, I'll tell you two situations, okay? So, number one is your father or mother buys you a gift or something you like, and they want you to be very careful with using that thing, okay? Number two, you borrow some thing from your friend for your own use, and then you have to return it after a while. So I want to ask one of you, maybe Seven Dinsara. So the question is Seven. In which situation you will be more careful about the thing you are using? Is it in the situation one where your father or mother buys you a thing to your own use, or is it in the situation two where you borrow something from your friend? In which situation you will be more careful about the thing?
If we buy something from our mom and dad,
Okay, so you
if
feel that
we
way.
buy
So
if if we buy from our
yes.
friends,
So Hirti Hassan, I believe I pronounced your name right. So he says he'll be more careful when he borrows a thing from one of his friends. At the same time, Dinsara says he'll be more careful with his own thing that is bought to him by his parents. But if you ask me, Dinsara, I'll go with Kirti Hassan's answer, because you know what? If it is our own thing, even if you use and break it, it is ours. So we won't be accountable to another person, isn't it, Dinsara? But if we use and break a thing from another person, we should go to him or her and ask the apology. And we want to tell her that that has happened by mistake, and you won't accept your fault there. Does that make sense to you, Dinsara? If it is your own thing, even if you break it, it will be okay after a while. But if it is a thing of your friend, and if you go and break it, you'll be more concerned about it, isn't it, Dinsara? What do you feel about that now?
I feel buying something from a friend is
Yes,
that is
so
good.
it does make sense, right? Yes. So when we come to social responsibility, when we keep thinking that we live in a society where we are responsible to each other, we'll be more careful. May it be the environment or any social facility you're using, a public transport maybe, you'll be more careful if you think that the facility you're using is not only for you, but to many other people in the society. So you cannot own a thing to your own, especially in a democratic society. You will be responsible for each and every people around you. So connecting what you all had shared today with the current situation in the country, so all of us have got together and fighting for a cause where we want our nation to flourish in future, where we want our futures to be bright, right? So in that sense, if you're happy, if you have food on your plate, if you have a roof above you, if you have a good family, you're facing no problem at all. In that sense, it does not mean that you are not to go outside and question for what others are suffering of. So if you see another person in front of you suffering to have a meal, to look after their children, so in that sense also, you also have a responsibility to go and speak on behalf of them, because you live in a society where you are mutually responsible to each other. So what I'm trying to say is, as children, you all have to understand that if you see something is going wrong around you, it is your responsibility to go and ask for the people who are responsible for it, even though that particular problem is not directly affecting you, it's not directly harming you, right? So even though you feel safe and happy right now, but at the same time you see people out there suffering for their basic necessities, it is again your responsibility to go and speak on behalf of them. So that's the little thing I had to share here. So I think and I believe that it makes sense to every one of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rasha. It actually makes sense because if we don't voice ourselves out for someone else right now, tomorrow when we have a problem, they will not be voicing for us. So it totally makes sense in that point of view as well. And you know, you can't live alone. No. Shuhaid keeps on mentioning it. Nobody makes it to the top alone. So we have to help each other.
Exactly.
Such an amazing point. Yes, thank you so much, Rasha, for sharing that. All right. At the same time, we have come to end of the live, and thank you so much to everyone who came here and then spent some time and shared your valuable opinions and speeches. Let's keep going. Let's see how much of an impact we can make as individuals, and let's change the way people see things. Let's change the way that we do things. So have a great day. Bye bye.
Bye, bye, sir.
I said,
We are
See
here
you
in jet
everyone. Take
blue
care.
to conduct a training.
We're rolling. Excellent. Right. Be it on stage, off stage, at a boardroom meeting, in a conference, name the location, it does not really matter. If you lack communication skills, you're always going to feel uncomfortable even if it's a one-on-one conversation with a good friend, or even facing something that is absolutely crucial, like an interview. Communication skills is the most important element that everybody is looking for. Why are they looking for good communication skills? Let's understand this. Communications connect one another. They bring you and groups of people together. They help you bring about the message that you have and what it is that you want to bring out of yourself in order for people to have faith, trust, and understand what it is that you understand differently. Communications help understand the differences and the similarities of people. Join the ICP.